And here we are. We are back at home, man. Back at home. We just got back from Vegas. I think we showed up at home at like 11:30, like 3 hours ago. Fucking immediately took all of the stuff out of the truck and then kind of just stared at it. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. It is exactly how I explained it to you. My whole living room is murdered. But with that being said, on the first, we sold 5 items, which is sick because the UPS store or USPS store wasn't open. The post office wasn't open. So we went there without even knowing it was the freaking first of the year. Known or seen that it was closed, and then we grabbed all of our stuff and then went to Vegas. And then with all of the packages that we had to deliver, we delivered them in Vegas after we got all of our pallets from liquidation.com. Now, we have another potential sale. I just accepted the offer. I'm just waiting for a payment. So that'd be 7 today that we did, which is pretty good, man. Our numbers are actually pretty happy right now. For the first, 3 days of our month, I can't even complain about that. Now, what you guys are all really here for, our Vegas trip. We got 5 pallets. We had 4 orders. One order was 2 pallets. Now, we spent a total of $3,600, maybe give or take a few dollars, on all 4 of those orders. 5 pallets, 4 orders. And we invested about $650 for the whole trip. I was $50 over what I wanted to spend the most, but I'm kind of okay with it. When I go over these numbers, you'll kind of see why. Diesel collectively was $325. That's 1,300 miles that we driven in 36 hours. The hotel was $170. Now, my qualm with that, dude, is we found a hotel that was like really cheap. Go to the hotel. We could have booked it online, but they said we couldn't do it in person. So we just left because we were upset. Finding another hotel, the same situation where it would have been way cheaper online, but ended up spending like $180 or something. Kind of a drag, but it is what it is. Make sure you get your hotel. If you're doing this process the way that I decided to do it, the way that Jeff and I decided to do it, I would highly recommend you get your living or your stay situation in order and as cheap as possible, obviously. But get that done first, because we kind of fudged up on that a little bit. We were gonna get the hotel when we were out there, and we paid an extra $100 basically. So save your money, do it online, and save all the hassle so you know exactly where to go. Because we checked like 3 or 4 spots out, and it was really hard to park a truck and trailer. But there are a lot of spots out there that are accommodating, especially because a lot of truckers run through that area. But with $650 that we've invested, I said $600 that I wanted to. $325 was diesel, $170 was a hotel, and then additional straps. I think I'm not including everything there, but straps and then the mesh tarp to keep everything on the everything on the trailer, kind of situated. So that was $650 for everything, and then plus $40 for food for Jeff and I. Now, we were gone for 36 hours. Gone. Over 20 of those hours were driving. Literally 1,300 miles, dude. We were in that truck. Today, we left the hotel room at 9:30, and then we just started. Actually, no, excuse me. We left at 9. We went to liquidation.com at 9:30. We got situated, loaded up, and then strapped everything down. Got oil for the truck. Got the post office, or went to the post office, delivered all that stuff. And what else did we do? There was something else that we had to do. Something else that was miscellaneously minor that we had to get situated and done. And then we were out by what? I think 12:30. I think we were on the road by 12:30. Now, we took one stop. My truck had 5. I'll try to put a picture in the whole uploaded thing so you can kind of see a picture of what it will look like. But my truck was loaded up, man, and it was kind of scary because everything wasn't flying off or nothing. I wasn't concerned about that. It was just the fact that we were around hella people. My trailer and truck right now ride kind of weird, and I can't see shit in the dark, especially when it's fucking pitch black in the middle of the desert. It's super scary. Besides that, it was so much fun. Not. it was the most miserable drive. The first on the way out there, it took us about 9.5, 10 hours. I think it took us 10 hours. I think I went like 60 something the whole, like averaged out like 60 miles per hour, 61 miles per hour. But going back was a completely different situation, dude. We were 5 pallets deep. Now, the weight wasn't a problem whatsoever. It was the fact of having to keep it all situated. And I'm not trying to get in trouble with the cops for going 65, plus on the freeway with 5 pallets. It looks heavy, so I'll get in hella trouble for that. Don't do that. Be smart. So we went 50 to 55, like 99% of the way home. We were in that truck for damn near 12 hours, dude. It was a fucking mission. And I'm sorry, but that word definitely was needed in that sentence. It was such a mission. But we got it done. Now, with the pallets, we got 5 pallets, 4 orders for $3,600 roughly, give or take a few dollars, right? Now, in total, for the total investment is $4,250. That's where we're at so far. $3,600 in pallets, and then the trip was $650. The cool thing is, we're going to save probably almost $300 on our next trip. So the next trip should be roughly around $300, $400 to get there and back. And believe you me, we are going to be bringing our own fucking food. Because that was not expensive, but dude, eating pizza at late night and not eating at all, like I felt like dog poop. It was a bad idea. Definitely bring food, because that was torture. I thought we were going to be gone for like 24 hours max. No, dude. It was a whole ass thing. But we did it, so I can't really complain about it. It was just a lot. Now, when we got there, it was kind of interesting. I didn't really know what to do, so I just started knocking on doors and like staring at people. But then I figured that I should read the sign that said text them, so I did so. Actually, Jeff told me to do it because he read the sign. I didn't do it. So Jeff let me know about it. I sent... oh, interesting. I'm looking at my price per item, so that's pretty cool. 50... My items sold this month, 9 so far, right? Or no, it's like 11, but we're averaging at like $50 per sale. That's pretty good. I'm stoked on that. Jeez, what was I just saying? So, $4,250 paid out the door. There and back, we got our shit. It was gonna be about over $3,000, probably around $3,200 after tax, maybe even $3,500 to get all of that delivered to my house. Now, Las Vegas to Concord, about 600 miles, right? I thought it definitely was worth it. All in all, we still saved at least $2,500 at the very bare minimum, $2,500. And I was telling Jeff the whole way. Now, we basically made $100 per hour. Like, I think collectively, him and I, $50 per person, but $100 for the business per hour. Doing that, hauling the inventory ourselves. Now I understand that a lot of people aren't fortunate like moi to have a trailer to do these things, but I would recommend you just go out there and buy a pallet, because I've seen people. There's a dude that showed up today in a bright orange Mustang, bro. Convertible Mustang. It was a 4-cylinder. It sounded like dog crap, but he bought a pallet, and then he shoved everything in that thing. His coupe Mustang convertible, opened the convertible top, stacked a mountain high of pallets in there, or items of his pallet, and then drove off into the sun. I was impressed. Take away the orange bore banger, tickle me pink. That was kind of fucking sick. So you should do that too. One pallet at a time will do it. It's a lot of driving, it's a lot to invest, but you're still going to make your monies back. Depending on where you live. Obviously, if you're going to be driving and spending $120, to save... It just depends on the situation. Now, for my situation, I have the trailer, so I can accumulate 8 to 10 pallets. Perfect. So at that point, I can save a shit ton of money. I guess what I'm trying to get at is make sure you try it first, but if you want to consistently go out there and make trips, definitely get a truck and a trailer. That would be the main investment. That's huge, especially for a business like this. But that was crazy. it was really crazy to see there's a lot of people actually that were showing up in cars with a full pallet and loading it up in their car and just driving off. A lot of people were doing that. It was crazy. But also, really exciting. The dude that helped us out, he was, I don't know his name, but he was freaking cool. I really liked him a lot. We were kind of just shooting the stuff a little bit. Now, he didn't really understand what I was there for. He obviously understood, but didn't know what order I had until I started explaining it and told him that my username is ZakiPoo. Whatever. But I told him ZakiPoo, and he was like, "Oh, you're that guy?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Man, with that tool pallet you bought, you did good." And he started explaining. And I'm going to go over all of that with you. But in total, we spent $2,300 on that pallet. It was MSRP'd at $8,900. Everything, 95% of it, sealed, dude. Milwaukee product. Actually, we'll say 80% is sealed because I haven't gone through any of it. But 80% is sealed. Milwaukee product, Ryobi product. What is that? A lot of, dude, blades and like miscellaneous expensive parts that you would not you wouldn't ever think of buying, basically, but they're worth money. Now I'm gonna go through and probably hit that hard tonight and try to get that or some of it on the inventory list before I pass out. I'm fucking deep. But he remembered that pallet and he buttered me up and he was like, "Oh, you did good." And it made me feel really freaking good, guys, because this whole time I can't even tell you, like, I was so stressed out to the point where I stopped eating. Like, I think it was on the 1st, I didn't really eat until the nighttime, and I had some pizza, but it was dog poop, so I didn't finish. And then I ate 3 burgers on the way home today because I was fucking dying. But, yeah, kind of nar. But he was like, "Yeah, you did good," told me about it, and then I was juiced, bro. So now after hearing that and then seeing everything that we got, I'm totally jazzed about what we bought. With the 20K, it's about $20,000 of MSRP. We're not going to see that, obviously, but with $4,200 invested there and back to get it shipped to my house, saving at least $100, dude, I'd say that's a kill. You know, even if I double my money, or if we double it, like, that's not going to be a terrible investment, but, you know, that's pretty good. Now, I really do want to see us get around the $8,000 to $9,000 mark with our investments here. I want to try to triple it, or excuse me, I guess my numbers are on there. I would really like to get around $9,000 to $12,000. I want to at least triple it. But, you know, I'll be happy with whatever we get because it's been a really crazy ride so far. And I honestly can't wait to do it again. I'm really excited to come up with this idea. The next time I go out there, I was talking to Jeff, I'm going to buy more pallets. I'm going to buy like a total of 10 pallets. And I'm going to not bid, but I'm going to sell off several pallets by themselves and then keep the ones that I want or bid or bought for myself to obviously resell. So I'm kind of networking with that also. The only reason I say that is because when I look on Facebook Marketplace, there are people that will sell you an MSRP pallet for fucking $1,800. $5,000 MSRP and they want $1,800 for it. Where's the profit margin there, dude? Where are you gonna eat food? Nah, you're gonna just ship stuff for free, bruh. Crazy, hell no. So that's what gave me this whole idea. And as I've explained, I have a junk removal business, so I've got 2 trailers, I've got the truck, you know, and then I sourced not locally, but I sourced as close as I can to my house. 9-10 hours away, unfortunately, but it was still worth it, dude. All in all, I'd say this is very much a success story. Especially with all the items that we sold. You know, 5 days on the 1st and then 6 on the 2nd. Dude, that's sick. That's how we do business, brother. And we have stuff scheduled for our postings. So I'm not really worried about my postings right now either. I obviously I'm going to get more done tonight. But we're doing all right, man. Everything's looking up. Now, I didn't get any footage, really. Let me explain. We were hauling ass, bro. I drove the whole time. I honestly can't sit in the passenger seat, especially in my own car. Let's be real. So, that was rough. 20 hours of driving. Can't do much about that. Not to mention, the only time that I really had to, like, talk, despite to Jeff, was the time that I took the video and then posted it. Like, that 2-minute video and that 5-minute video. Like, that was it. Excuse me, the 2-minute was the night prior, but the 5-minute video was like, I was gassed and done, wanted to go to bed. And I was still drinking Monsters, which is stupid, but whatever. All in all, it was sick. I'm definitely excited to do it again. I would definitely plan it different, though, dude. I think going out there and trying to do a turn trip in a day is stand near impossible, bro. Like, that's 20 hours of driving, and you have to go the speed limit with the trailer on, dude. Like, it's just... And I don't have walls on my trailer, and it's all strapped, so of course I gotta be I gotta stop when the strap bounces off. It's just a whole process. Worth it, but a whole process. But it was crazy. Now, when he was telling me that we did good on the pallets, he was also giving me some insider tips. He was saying that the manifested pallets are typically the best to go for because, you know, more often than none, they're working, they're easier to sell because they kind of go through it and they put it together, right? Opposed to buying stuff that's really, really cheap and no manifest list. You could be buying literally broken items that are worth $30 and you spent $400 for it, kind of stuff. So always go with the manifest. And he said that return pallets are typically working. You know, they work more often than none, and they're going to be easier to sell. Just in the grand scheme of things, like return pallets, easier to sell. So focus that if you're going to do something like that. Obviously, you could go the brand new route, like what we did with the tools. Like, we got a lot of brand new tools or like new tools. You just got to spend more money, really. And it's a little less of a gamble, if you know what I mean. Because you're getting product that's still good right off the shelf, ready to be used, ready to be sold. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what it is. We'll see, though. That was crazy, man. Like, all in all, 36 hours. We're back home, about to post. I'm gonna show you my living room. It's actually insane, dude. Bro. This is no cap. And this isn't even all of it, dude. That's my personal tools, so don't include that. But all of this, and it goes all the way to the back. All of that. This is my whole living room. All of our tools, and then we got one right here too. This is the 5th pallet. Boom. So, this is what it looks like. This is what we get to deal with. Absolutely insane. I'm going to turn you around one more time. Yeah. But that was it, man. That's what we did. There's a little update for Pip-Pap and Scrap. We also have some work trickling in, return customers. I've got a pretty decent haul job to do. He called me today, but I was on the road, so I had to get back to him, unfortunately. But he's a regular, so I get to help him out. I have to help actually a buddy, but he's going to give me, you know, some money to help him out. Just drive his car back, basically. Just time consuming. And my neighbor, also going to hook her up also, but still profitable, you know. So all in all, junk removal is probably going to start getting hit hard here in the next couple weeks. Now, I might do some videos on that. If you guys want to see videos on me and my process, it's very unorthodox. How I do the junk removal thing is very unorthodox because I'm still figuring it out. Like this, obviously. But it's alright. I'm alright with it. If you guys want to see videos on that, though, I'll totally do a video for you. Oh, but what I was saying is junk removal is starting to pick up. We're going to start doing a whole bunch of advertisements, some flyers that I have to start passing out again. I have to pretty much hit my whole marketing campaign. Pretty tough after I get most of this stuff situated. It's going to be fun. But it's good. 3 jobs to the junk removal. We got some shipments. We got new orders, which I got to pack up tonight. Kind of crazy. Do you guys want to see what we got ordered? Let me show you. Why not, right? Let's see. Let's turn you around. So, this is from the first lot that we bought. $500. But, you know, 77 on that 500, I'm not too upset with. And then we got the Milwaukee bag that I bought. It actually came with a whole bunch of tools that I bought. I just showed you my tools, actually. But selling that brand new. The last game, we sold both of those games. We had 2 copies. We sold both of them in a day. For the first and then the second. The GPU was mine on a personal computer. I'm not quite sure if it works. I just don't care. So I just assembled it, just kind of threw it all together, and I still have the box, so it's going to come in its box, and boom. And then another video game. But those were our sales. Okay. And yeah, man. Thank you so much for watching this. Comment, subscribe, leave your interest too, your hobbies, or like what you would love for me to kind of investigate. I'd like to understand y'all. I don't know if that's weird. Look at my face, man. Sunburn. I haven't seen sun in like kind of a while. That's insane. Wow. Stay blessed, guys.